So, colleagues, I am furious that we are swiftly moving toward denying women the right to reproductive health care. We have a small number of people who are terrified of women being able to manage their own lives. They're poised to ensure that they can't make their own healthcare decisions. These frightened people even want to force people like me, who would have died. I would have died without this medical procedure.
I want to tell the tale and I want people to listen. This would have killed me. Absolutely, I would have died if I had not been able to have that procedure. And many other women are put into that circumstance, and we cannot go back to 1927. We cannot.
We have this impending opinion about overturning Roe. So I was at my dermatologist this morning and she asked me, it's funny, she remembers me from a year ago. You know, you go in every year for your skin check and all that. And she remembered me and she said, are you still out there changing the world? And I was like, in fact, I am.
I love it.
And she said she was just so distraught. You know, we just jump right in, then we can talk about stuff because we've talked about it before. And she said, I'm so distraught about this decision. And I said, you know, half the women I know have been in positions where they've had to make a very difficult choice. But I mean, it's so common, miscarriages, you know, there's so many reasons. And she held up two fingers and she said two. She's had to do it 2 times.
That's rough. It is. So when I told my story on the Senate floor, which it's been interesting being a senator, I'm an engineer, so I'm not a person who typically talks about herself a lot. And I have learned over the last 3 years, I have told more people personal stories than I ever imagined in my life. So I told my own story relating to abortion, and I couldn't believe how many letters I got of people saying thank you for speaking.
I can't believe that we are going backwards and going backwards so fast. And then I remind myself that this is a desperate grasp at clinging to the old rule of keeping women in their place. We've fought this battle before. This is not going to work. We fought before and won, and this time we are stronger.
You know, we know it's really widely, it's a standard medical procedure. Lots and lots of women take advantage of this for lots and lots of reasons. The economic need can be overwhelming for people, right? When we force people to have children, that they are not prepared to have for whatever reason, we are forcing them often into poverty. We're taking away their economic choices, their educational choices, their life choices, and burdening them with something that they maybe not be able to do. We're taking that choice away, that whole freedom to decide your own life, to make your own path. I had an ectopic pregnancy, so when that happens, it's an egg that's stuck in a fallopian tube, and so it always bursts. And if you are not in an emergency room or pretty darn close to one, and I wasn't, you know, I lived in the boonies, you die. It bleeds and you die. I mean, it's just that basic. It always happens. It always happens this way. Nobody can survive that. So that's a procedure that's part of this. Is technically the same medical procedure. In Michigan, we're not going to be protected if the old laws go into effect. And this is the scary thing for all of us here now. We're scared for everybody in this country, to be honest. But for here in Michigan, we have old laws on the books that we're protected from because of Roe v. Wade. So if that is taken off, then that falls back to 1927. And there's limitations on birth control. Doctors can't even talk about birth controls. There's limitations on all kinds of medical procedures that anything having to do with reproductive rights and abortions are illegal. Women could be in jail for 15 years. I mean, just really, really bad stuff. So I have a bill. In fact, the women's side of the Senate Democrats, we put together a package of bills, of course, and introduced that to repeal those, take those off the books. And of course, we have other ones that actually would outright make it legal in a Wisconsin statute. The good part in Michigan, we have some really amazing people at Planned Parenthood, and they have a ballot petition initiative that would modify the Constitution here to make it constitutionally legal. And it's very hard for our legislature, even when the other party's in the majority, they would not be able to overturn that. So that's what we need.
Well, I saw pictures of you standing on the steps. There were other people there. It's absolutely fantastic that people are coming out now. But Senator Bayer, this reminds me so much that representation matters. That, if we didn't have women representing us, representing Michiganders, it's a whole different ballgame.
Right. Who would carry our story forward? Who would do that for us? And obviously we have men who are supporters, but this is my body. This happened to me. This is not I want to talk about it. I want to tell the tale, and I want people to listen. This could kill me. This would have killed me. Absolutely, I would have died if I had not been able to have that procedure.